Good evening, Speed Gaming, and welcome to Past Randomizer League Season 5 Open Playoffs. We are currently at round 2 for the divisional round. We've got a game 3 between Past the Picanha and Acai. James FNX heading in for Past the Picanha with Dixon over on Acai's side. It is going to be the Wisdom Pendant matchup this evening for Pseudo Boots Cross Keys. Right now, Past Picanha is up 2-0, so a win here by James does seal their spot in the conference semifinals. I'm Radical Sniper 99, joined tonight by Lana Bean with Slowpoke and Furious Magic on the tracking. Hello, Lana.
Hello, good afternoon to you, good evening to you, and good evening to everybody. I hope everybody's having a good night.
Yeah, we are going to get started momentarily with this Pseudo Boots Cross Keys. If you have not seen these races, it's Cross Keys. But we got Pseudo Boots. They're not real boots, they're kind of real. You can go fast, you can hit stuff, but it doesn't do anything. So no bonking, at least no bonking stuff to get into places or knock stuff off of things. So really it's just going fast.
Pretty much. Very little use for him overall. No hovering. There are a couple of small gaps you can do. One-tile gaps like the one in GT. But that's close to it. You can bonk off things to maybe get some invincibility frames, but very limited use.
Yeah, the you mentioned the fact that hovering is disabled. You can still do spin speed. So there are some glitches that are available with them. But not much. It's a reduced functionality if you're thinking normal or what you're used to seeing with real boots. So the real boots are still out there and they will help us. But for now it is just movement speed.
Yeah, limited use, but still very good, like you alluded to there.
Yeah, both of our runners starting at Link's house and getting early bombs. Very nice find.
Early bombs, I do love those.
Yeah, mentioned Past Picanha is up 2-0. That is off the wins of Fibonacci or PH112358 over Tony T. Young, and then Tepadino over VGF Taylor. So those two wins have been very instrumental in setting up Picanha in this situation for James to take this series.
Looks like they're both setting up for Julian. Sorry to interrupt you.
No, not at all. In terms of what that would mean for the conference, as it stands right now, this is part of our Pendant Conference. Two teams have clinched from the Pendant Conference. Amish Paradise and Kabuki Hundo Activist Department both secured 3-0 sweeps of their opponents. So a win here from Picanha, also giving them a sweep. What we can say is that if they are able to win tonight, they won't play Amish Paradise. That's it. Picanha is the 2 seed, Amish was the 1 seed, so they would not face each other.
It took a few attempts, but James FNX did get that bonk. One of the few we can do to set up that splash delete, kind of.
Important thing about that bonk that some people do not always realize is usually when you do, or not the bonk itself, but that screen transition, what makes it unique is that it's not just a hold left and you're good. You usually have to hold up and left to set that one up properly.
And it looks like we had Magic Bat at that check.
Correct. So, not a great position. Not the worst thing.
Oh, it looks like James FNX heading towards the right side here. More common to see runners score towards Kakariko with a plethora of checks, but I stand corrected, as Acai is heading the same way.
Yeah, that's a nice bow as well on Lake Hylia Island. Oh, really good connector though.
Not bad.
And
Quick way to Kakariko.
yeah, pending our Sank location, I am not going to complain about that one. And we had a Dark Cave here at the Fortune Teller, so we'll see if Dixon might have tried a little bit of navigation, but decided to bail pretty quickly. And yep, Dixon's going to stay here in CAC.
That's a quick transport. Lots of checks here. James is getting 4 quick ones in the eastern area.
And we do see that the magic bat is the thief drop down and only 10 arrows there, so we will not need that drop down anytime soon.
But what the runners do want to see soon is that Ganon drop. The longer you go without finding it, the better chance vanilla.
Honestly, I have very mixed emotions about the Ganon drop being vanilla. There's the part that agrees with you that says, oh, I don't want to have to do Gan, or I don't want to have to climb GT. The other part of me says, at least I know I have to do it.
And not wrong. Hey, 10 free bombs at the back of Tavern.
Because I feel like one of the ways a lot of run... Oh, James taking that death off the blue guard, unfortunately.
Oh, we do find the back of Skull Woods.
Yeah, but one thing a lot of runners will say is like, you know, I hate having to make a guess about GT climb. You know, you remove that with a vanilla Ganon. So, oh, and our sanctuary is in Kakariko, so it's a good connector. We just don't need it. Money rolling in as we find a 300 in the back of Escape.
We found a big key too. Didn't quite catch what it was though.
Ice Palace.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah,
logically needed. Sorry.
Krusky's a little infamous for having progression before you get Glove and Hammer.
Early sick head find.
As well as that big key to Ganon's tower.
Oh, lordy.
You just had to say it.
I'm sorry, runners. I did not wish that upon you. Runners pretty much just exchanging checks here. And James about to get the news about that Sank starting. Or Acai did, never mind. Acai got the news.
James trying to find an extra bomb, not knowing yet that he's about to find the 10 bomb. Yeah, just some other info about our teams tonight. Past the Picanha, as we said, was one of our teams that got a bye. They finished 11-3 in our Castle Tower division, thus securing second place overall in the Pendant Conference. James, in particular, finished the regular season at 5-3, pretty much carrying a large portion of the matches for the team. But a strong performance overall from that whole team. On the other side, Acai finished 10-4 in the Desert Palace division. The Desert Palace division, if I'm not mistaken, was one of our tightest divisions, as all 3 of the teams to get out of it finished 10-4, and the only reason Kabuki had the division title was based on tiebreakers. Dixon finished the regular season at 5-3, or sorry, 4-3. 4-4. Sorry, numbers. 4-4.
Numbers are hard.
Yep. Acai played NDA in the wild card round, sweeping NDA. So
TR Small from Chess Game located. Let's see, located right there with Fortune Teller.
yeah, we're just gonna see our runners kind of go in opposite directions here. James gonna probably head south, Dixon continuing into Lost Woods, and there's another non-Ganon drop down.
A full heart, but nothing much else there. Oh, good tree pull, 8 bombs, not bad. And another
Question
big...
was that our tier 1 or tier 2?
Judging by lack of enemies, I think probably tier 2.
Well, tier 1 is 1 or to 3 enemies.
Oh.
Tier 2 is 4 with a damage, so... And tier 3 is 4 without damage, so... I'm not sure if we got the kills. So yeah, I'm thinking it's a tier 1, but I could be very mistaken because we at least killed some rats, and we might have gotten enough out of it. And that, among others. And, oh... So
That's
completely different
well,
emotions for 2 runners. Dixon finding Cackwell at the Lumberjack, terrible feeling. James finding a glove at a Gina there, good feeling.
No kidding. It's like emotions up and down. Yay, glove! Ah, crud, that's the well. That's a 5-item check you are not getting anytime soon.
Nope. And here we go, last drop down. Or no, not last drop down. There is Sanctuary drop down, and it's Ganon. We have not seen the actual Uncle drop, and of course Pyramid.
We saw
One of
Uncle
them is Useless Fairy.
I don't think, yeah, we have, yeah, never mind. You were talking about Uncle in front of Hyrule Castle. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, we haven't gone here yet. We've seen the Uncle in Lost Woods. We have not seen the Uncle drop down actual place, and Dixon's gonna just go for it at this point.
No,
it's a 50-50.
50-50.
Yep, this could be Lumberjack. This could be Useless Fairy. And it's Useless Fairy.
One extra little item from the GT climb.
Tepidino already mentioning that spiral cave we found. Ooh.
We did. It's in Kakariko.
Yeah, no. See, here's the thing. You know, people are talking about like finding certain items. I see that entrance and that sends shivers down the spine. Terrible.
Okay, so Dixon kind of orphaned the 3 checks down south of Kakariko, which will lead to a glove. Looks like he's going towards Eastern.
Yeah, and that glove is just one of those super powerful items you want to see early. Gives so much better routing choices for James. It's not bad to get back to, at least for Dixon, so I'm not too concerned, but you wish you had it.
Yeah, it's not great. Because James now has the option of going to Ice Rod Cave, getting all 3 checks. James picking up that Mire Key.
Well, the bigger one is James is going to be able to check out the Death Mountain Ascent Cave.
Oh, that too.
And there you can see some of the weird physics of the pseudo boots from James. He did a couple of bonks there, and you still get roughly the same distance. I think it is a little reduced, but what happens is that change, you kind of hit the ground sooner. Okay, so we're going to get these 2 checks from Dixon that we did not see from James. Eastern Palace, nothing.
Okay, one more try for something from Eastern area. Or Dixon's going to be going... Well, going to be either forced to go south or maybe go towards that glove.
And that glove does give us King's Tomb at the Death Mountain Ascent, just a piece of heart. Big Bomb Vendor telling us Swamp and Ice are our 5/6s down by the eastern area Peg Cave.
Going back towards where Dixon took a death. No, we're gonna do the connector. This just goes back to Kakariko, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe going south to check those.
Yeah, I just don't see how that's much faster. Unless it was like a little mistake of like, I meant to choose somewhere else.
This is good, though. Dixon's gonna pick up their glove. Okay, nothing from the dam entrance. Heading west with that glove towards desert.
So far, no real inklings of what we should be doing. James? Okay, I was
There
like,
you
are
go.
we gonna forget this cave?
Oh, look like TR West was at Two Brothers East. I missed that before from James.
Yeah, not a fun one of desire to go there yet. Not a lot of fun, but we could technically get chomps.
Yeah, if there's one logical legal check. Could be something. Oh, there's a hammer.
Okay, sure. I mean, that's what I want to see, is very quickly we're getting the equipment to be in Dark World almost.
Right? You find a moon pearl and suddenly it's like, well, a bunch of the game open up, thanks.
Yeah, we haven't had decisions to make. It's like, oh, we don't care. Here, we're not going to give you connectors. We're not going to give you dungeons to dive. We're just going to give you Dark World.
Have fun choosing a direction. And TR front, okay. And at this health, you gotta be careful, green armor. Those crabs, they hug a little bit hard.
See what Dixon decides to do here from the dam. And that's
Vanilla.
vanilla. Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a vanilla wrong side of Ice Rod Cave.
What's happening, Good Bee Cave? Located at Good Bee Cave. There we go. That's why it gave us a glove.
I'm glad both runners actually got the glove before heading over this way.
Right.
Oof.
And the best part is there's no use for the hook shot, so it's got to send you somewhere for the hook shot.
So we do get to see that stun prize, small magic.
Yeah, a little decanter, not much going on there. But could be useful. Okay, it's looking like Spiral's the play.
Yeah, I noticed. I saw Chad also mention we have access to Hyrule Castle a little bit, so.
Do we? Did I miss a Hyrule Castle play? Or a find?
I mean, the funner one is we saw Meyer.
It's
We
true.
can go in.
Okay, a Spiral or your logic? Probably.
And just like that, we also have the cape. We keep finding these nice tools. And there's our first access over into Dark World. the cross keys nature. There's our cross world entrance finally.
And suddenly we're using the same sprite.
Mimic Cave giving us the Desert Big Key.
That's a pretty good find.
I'm surprised Dixon didn't do this before doing Spiral, but it happens.
Yeah, but who wants to do Spiral? I don't know.
Well, that's why I'm saying, why not do Mimic first?
Oh, that's true. Okay.
Yeah, I see a lot of talk about Spike Cave. It's not technically in logic. It's possible they could get through it, but not logically available yet. We still need some kind of magic extension.
Bottle or something, too.
Yeah, bottle, half magic, one of those will get us the rest of the way there.
Well, meanwhile, our logical check in Hyrule Castle is just Art Piece.
Luckily, the fact that we have found the back and have been able to access it, we don't feel bad about doing the rest of these checks.
That is very true. And since it's the Light World entrance, you don't need to worry about the evil rats or the little snakes that do extra damage if you get that from a Dark World check.
But James isn't going to continue. He's sticking to logic here. I'm a little surprised.
Is James going to go back through Spiral?
Please be careful, Dixon.
I want to take a Death Warp, but I want to hit the guards. Don't want to hit the guards. Hit the guards. Hey, Spike. That's a Quaked Medallion. That's not bad. Medallions are so questionable in this mode because they only block 2 entrances.
Very frequently, we can usually find our way from the back to them.
Right?
You know, you walk out the door and you're at Mire. You walk out the door and you're at TR. Not usually I want to get in them.
Right? It's like, thanks, game. Just exit there. It's fine. Okay, James is going to give us a logical check into Chomp Room here.
Yeah, definitely one of the scariest early checks in this mode. Meanwhile, Dixon is working through a Dark Connector. Oh, not a Dark Connector. He's in Hyrule Castle still. Going for Dark Cross.
Oh gosh, don't hug him. Ooh, close.
I am shocked he did not hug that chomp. And we get a small key to Skull.
That does nothing for us. Thank you, game. I mean, it's the key you kind of want before going into Skull, but still.
It's peace of mind. That's for sure.
And a Mire Small from Dark Cross. Alright, so that's a Mire Big and a Mire Small. Sorry, God.
I mean, that Mire Big is just telling me, I think what we have to do is go to Mire.
Highly likely. I mean, it's really not even that hard. It's dangerous. You gotta not take damage, but you got your hammer, you have a hook shot. That's pretty open.
And here we go. Dixon's gonna take this right side of Hyrule Castle that we haven't seen, and light bumper ledge. Ooh. Wow.
That's okay. It makes you not worry about finding bumper top.
Yeah, it also makes me not worry as much about mirror early.
Yeah. And Dixon contemplating options.
Meanwhile, James heading back to Saha because I think this was Meyer. Yes, it is. And he sees what I'm seeing on this one. He is going, I've got a Meyer big key, and I don't have a lot of options. Meyer's got to be something.
I think it's going to be our Moon Pearl. Oh, gosh.
Oh.
Oh, don't do that. Like I said, dangerous, but you just don't take damage. It's fine.
Easier said than done against the glass cannon known as Wizrobes.
True. No health, but they do a lot of damage with Green Mail. The accidental hookshot to avoid damage from a laser beam. Well done.
Yep, I'd be like, I'm grabbing that heart. 5
You
hearts
also-
is much better than 4.
It is. Plus, you gotta try and keep 3 health up for the spike room, too. As Dixon does pick up that hook shot, probably knows Myers to play.
Yeah, I mean, the only other play that it could be is this could be bunny walking shenanigans.
Ew.
That's not outside of the realm of possibility yet.
That's an evil shield.
Why do we dislike shields? I don't understand.
Because they're evil. They block the sprites. I don't mind their functionality. Oh,
Ooh,
great.
there's our bottle.
That's sick, kid. Oh, gosh. I like shield functionality. It's fine. But the look,
Okay.
they block the sprites. Like, it's so big.
So as long as we stay to fighter shield, it's less objectionable.
Okay-ish. I also won't mind shields the day they make them the ability to be invisible. That's fine.
Okay.
If they're invisible, that's fine.
But yeah, Dixon already heading straight to Meyer as well as we get the lamp.
Great. Now some of those dark connectors are things.
The other thing is, yeah, James immediately saying, I've got left side Meyer now. It's out of logic, but I don't care because I just want to clear as much as possible.
Sword.
And life is good.
And we're that sword. Technically, we need 2 more small keys to make that logical too. That's funny. Thanks, game. And suddenly the only thing we can't do here is Vitreous. As long as they don't find a Vanilla Samaria. Don't find a Vanilla Samaria, everybody.
Please, no Vanilla Samaria.
Because then Vitreous isn't logical. Vitreous does not need any small key. You need a big key. You need a Samaria. And a fire and the lantern to make Vitreous and logic. And I guess a weapon to beat him. Yeah, sword or hammer. No,
You
it's
get
a-
a GT small, which not terrible.
Yeah, it's our first. It's not horrible. We've got a hammer and a hook shot, so if you find GT, suddenly a lot of it is available. Oh, don't take damage. Oh, no! Oh, he's got a potion, that's fine.
He already did the spike.
Oh, never mind then.
I'm just surprised he's doing this to get to this chest instead of going big chest first. As we find our ice rod.
Hi, Ice Rod, how you doing?
James?
Did he forget the bridge chest?
He forgot. No, he forgot the big chest.
Oh, the big chest. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be big. No pun intended.
Well, we get to see this dart connector now. And it is the Old Man Rescue. Oh, wow. So we have a lot of checks on Death Mountain available.
Yep, very logical area, too.
But Dixon is going to give us the big chest, and it is it's just a map. Okay. And
That's
not
fair.
even all that one that's special.
Right? It's just going to tell us here is a pendant, and it's all good. But only has 3 hearts, does have a cape magic, so a spike chest is still fine. It's surprising that James routed this sort of like a regular mire. Most of the time, if you go into mire and across keys or key sanity, you go left side first.
Yeah, the only
Right.
problem is James entered without a small key.
Oh.
Yeah, that small key Dixon got out of Hyrule Castle, giving him some better routing options for that dungeon. And Dixon's going to just turn in the bottle immediately. Not a bad choice from either runner, as we see a small key on Spectacle Rock.
Trying to decide, do we take the connector through the Super Bunny or not? You can't return from it, unfortunately. So the rest of those checks are a bit forfeit here.
Yeah, there's not too much entrance-wise he hasn't seen, so not the worst. And there's that Hyrule Castle small key to put the Quake Medallion in Logic.
And we've got that lamp to put that small key in Logic. Dixon's trying to decide where they want to go.
And connecting back into Kakariko through this Lake Hylia one, I'm really not sure about this.
One to the left went to Death Mountain, didn't it?
Yeah, that one on the left that James took again is the Old Man Rescue. Oh, I mean, I still don't like the play taking this connector all the time to get over to Kakariko. Like, you have Sanctuary in Kak.
Yeah, it seems a little bit inefficient. I think it was like, start there, think on what you want to do, change your mind, don't want to sit and quit, probably.
Yeah, that's the only thing I can come up with as well. But James finding the brothers connector, remembering the all-important that the bonk would not open up that wall.
Oh, hello.
Pearl on bumper. Oh, wow.
That is amazing.
Either way, I really do like this play from James still saying, I'm on this side of Death Mountain. Let me at least finish my checks. Especially when you find Paradox.
Wow, those decisions are paying off.
That's the hard part here. Like, I looked at this matchup and I said, I'm not sure who I give an edge to, but Dixon is unfortunately in an unenviable spot of having, his team's season on the line here already for the third game of the series. Like, this is a tough spot.
And suddenly we have the desert small and big.
Now, if I'm in James' position here, I think I go after checking these two. I'm probably checking the paradox exits.
I would think so.
Like,
it's too quick.
Yeah, like I don't think there's much value in
ending
up at Bumper Ledge. Like, we already know that we know the light side of it, and we have now Dark World access, so not a big deal.
And suddenly mini Moldorm. That's Castle Tower number 2. We're just missing boots. Yeah, Castle Tower. And suddenly that's the well.
Ugh. That's not a good idea.
It's hard, but right now you've got all the pieces. I guess you need boots technically too. I keep forgetting it's pseudo boots.
Ooh. Dixon, unfortunately, heading over to Zora at 450 rupees. And hey, we're in the Mire area. Bombos for the Mire entrance.
Finding Tower of Hera. Right there.
I can have the map info that Dixon had, but
hey,
did
there's
I say
Bombos
from. Yeah, Bombos for Mire, and we just got Bombos.
It's just not in the Mire Shed today. It's kind of in the Mire Shed, but Hera.
I mean, it was under the doormat still. And there's those real boots.
The real boots. Oh gosh.
You know, Lana, you said all we had to do was find real boots, and now we're just looking for Castle Tower, and the well's available.
Yeah, that's a scary proposition at this point. I think if you find Castle Tower and you got what you have, I say do it. You're far enough from go mode that even if there's just one required item.
Yeah, I'd be very tempted.
Like, if you go to an area with a few checks, you check those first, but then you do Castle Tower if you find it. It looks like Dixon is electing to go ahead and do some exploration with as the bunny.
Yeah, unfortunately, we just know this is not going to be the answer. And there wasn't even a connector that can help Dixon here to get to Bumper Ledge, or to Death Mountain. We did not see a single connector that should be in this part of the world.
But the good news is you can scout it. You can see Moon Pearl there and you go, okay, I'm looking for just a connector to get there. That's at least some good news.
I think the scary part there is what Dixon could take from that is, oh, there's going to be a connector in Dark World to Bumper Ledge. But Hera is our first crystal. James striking first at just about 36.5 minutes with crystal number 1. But yeah, I've talked to a lot of people in other races, usually for this mode, and one of the things I hear very commonly is I see that item on Bumper Ledge and it makes me think I need a connector. And that's the big worry for Dixon here, is seeing it and going, okay, where's my connector? And just chasing. And given that Dixon seems to have forgotten the Dark World connector, the Dark connector at, Bombo's kind of required, as that is Swamp Palace at Mire.
Yeah, no kidding. The Swamp we know is a 5/6, so like you said, required.
But yeah, Dixon could very easily see that and just go, okay, I'm going to bunny walk and try to find other connectors in Dark World. So, definitely a rough concern here. Especially as James is going to just start clearing the world.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going into places and just death warping everywhere, that's a lot of time. Not to mention, the longer you go through Dark World without those boots, and Moon Pearl is just a lot of extra time you're using, and a lot of entrances you're not able to get because you can't bomb anything and you can't pull anything.
Yeah, at least if we had Mirror, we could get some of those. Okay, so bottom of Paradox Cave is also in Dark World, so James doesn't even have to get into Dark World. Like, he's just been handed Dark World. Yeah, if anybody's missed the logic for this seed so far, the the Lake Hylia Fortune Teller is Old Man Rescue. You take that up to Death Mountain, then you have to hookshot across over to East Death Mountain, and then one of our connectors there leads directly onto Bumper Ledge with the Moon Pearl.
And Hickson just found a sword in Skullwoods, so.
And does not scout. Maybe just remembered what the answer is.
Hickson, head east, go south. You got this. Don't go back to Kakariko. Yay!
We got it.
$21 from that little shop in the Village Back has fortune teller there. And James is about to go in and get a sword, free of charge. And the shovel that we haven't seen yet.
Yeah, what I will say is the medallion that Dixon has definitely had a drop in value with that find of Meyer and everything else. Like, TR is especially usually hard to route in and be required. So if Quake is for TR, ooh, might matter, but it's looking less and less likely.
Agreed.
I will say I'm disappointed in both of our runners skipping out on buying any upgrades.
A little bit. And none of them are using holiday sprites. Also a little disappointing.
Gotta admit, I would find it hard to switch up my sprite. There's just something about having your norm.
But it's Link with a Santa hat. It's the same sprite. Anyway. I'm hard to please, I'm sorry.
It's okay, I understand.
Alright, there's that second sword for James. Gonna go get that shovel as well.
Yeah, and luckily we've gotten pretty good drops on Skullwood's keys so far.
Well, and
So
Dixon...
this isn't bad on the spends.
Yeah. And Dixon taking the same connector.
The one worry here for Dixon is he could do this, the mountain start, instead of going back up to Death Mountain.
Oh, that could be bad. Okay, looks like he's making the right decision. He's got to go back up to Death Mountain. There's battle he could do from this area.
Surprised after checking the front of Old Man, he didn't go back in to check the back of Old Man.
Probably would have if he scouted that Moon Pearl, but didn't, so doesn't know how important those connectors are at the moment. Doesn't even play Aero game.
I mean, if I've got 1,200 rupees, I'm feeling pretty good on the money front.
Still gotta do it at least once. Go for the dream.
Is the dream a 99 or is it just some other
Always.
thing? Okay.
X99. Oh, hi, Samaria. How you doing?
Hey, Lana, you know what's in Logic?
Yeah, we got some TR to go to if you like.
Oh, I wasn't gonna go
And also
that way.
Meyer as well.
Yeah, I was gonna say we are everybody's favorite boss. Time for Vitreous.
Well, it's fine. Master Sword could be worse. Of course, they probably wish they would buy that bomb upgrade, but whatever. Their
Okay,
fault.
so Dixon does bomb the wall, does not go through though. And
Well,
it's
I
gonna
don't
find
think.
Paradox Cave. Definitely gonna do Paradox. Question
Uh,
is, pick up a fairy. Yes. Oh, and James is going for the moth kill.
well, not logic, but very doable. My only issue is like the game tends to like putting either Skullwoods or Hera as pendants, and Hera's a crystal, so ugh.
I will say this is like, I love Skull in this mode just because of how easy this is. As you can see, James just backs up into that wall there, moves a little bit to the right, drops the bomb, and good. Like, this isn't a special bomb jump. There's no extra real work to it. If you find this entrance and you got a lamp and cross keys, and you got a sword and a key, you're good, and can go for a boss.
Okay, let's hope for a moth that behaves today. I mean, the good news is if it is a crystal, you never have to worry about coming back. If it's a pendant, it could be green. We haven't found Saha, so it could be an upside even if it's a pendant.
And very nice moth kill. For a small key to GT, and
There it
how
is.
did you know?
It's the game, it's evil.
You just knew.
I also said the same thing about Hero, but like it usually does at least one or the other. I've been playing too much cross keys lately.
And unfortunately, Dixon finding Hera without that pearl.
Won't get those boots. Oh gosh.
Yeah, that's one of the unfortunate parts, is that Hera is a dungeon that you need pearl to be able to do anything, really.
You do. No way to death warp. And no mirror, so can't get in there with the glitch. Okay, forget about Paradox Bottom. Go back through the middle. Don't go through the bottom. Oh, hi, Castle Tower. How you doing? Okay, I think Dixon's making the play there.
Just having to be a little careful, but does get there. Awesome.
Alright, the play is made. Now go back to Hera.
By the way, James did not go the rest of the way through Castle Tower.
That's fine. You know where it is. It's pretty easy to get back to. My fear, though, is that a glove is sitting in there.
I mean, I get it. You have so many other better options. The unfortunate part about doing Castle Tower is you're spending like 4 minutes just doing this.
You got a bug net, it's fine. All the protection needed against Aga. But you're right, that time investment could be so hard when it's the wrong play. Answer a question in chat. Yes, the well is behind the lumberjack drop. So we know where Castle Tower is. The game gave us both keys, a sword, and the lamp.
Yeah, a lot of logic for it at this point.
Alright, Dixon does pick up those official booties. Good hero pot.
I love always that version. Although if I tell that to my own teammates, I get reminded that unless you can do a hook speed hero pot in about 2 tries, apparently you lose time over the booty blast method.
Yeah, it makes sense. I don't bother with that hook speed attempt. I tried it. My fingers get tired. So now I just use the newer method, and it's fine.
Hey, Vanilla Hype Cave.
I was about to say, is that another vanilla check?
Yeah. I was about to say it's so vanilla that it's unhype, but wow, Mitts and Mirror, that is actually a legit hype cave.
Okay, makes the well a little less tempting. But at the same time, you got a glove. You can go back.
And we follow up a hype cave with a hype house.
Nice. Why is he not using the mirror to get rid of those blocks? Oh, was that our first pod key?
Yeah, I think so.
Hey, now we got a Meyer map to tell us if we should go back to Meyer.
I mean, the other thing we've got is half magic and a cape. That makes Vitreous a lot better of a fight.
Much more manageable. And really, Dixon is not that far off. I mean, the most that James has done is found out Skull is the green pendant. Well, now we found Thieves Town. But also got that mirror and the myths, which Dixon could get in a matter of minutes.
Did we not see James check Curiosity Shop?
I don't think he did. No, he
Yeah,
didn't.
he did not. Oh no, James.
Well, we know it can't have the mirror. We know it can't have the myths, but there's a lot that could be here. And Dixon is missing that Samaria, though.
I mean, any progression here could really help Dixon out.
Oh no!
It doesn't exist. It can't hurt us.
It's fine. It's fine,
Yeah.
chat. It's fine, James. I'm sorry. Jesse, I apologize.
Wouldn't be the first time that there's been jokes about it. I want to say once James and I said we were Team Rocket, so...
Oh, nice. I just have a friend named James, so anytime I hear Evil Shield, anytime there's anybody with a J name in it, my head automatically goes to James.
So far, nothing really here in GT.
Just the invisible big key.
Still a lot of checks left, though, for Dixon, so... to answer the question in chat, Ampharos. Electric types for the win.
Okay, Rando Room, what do you got?
Junk. Ketapod, okay. And the powder.
Could be worse. It doesn't have the half magic that James has. And doesn't have... Well, we do have Burna, so...
You got the sword beams. It's not too bad.
That's true. James knocking out a bunch of overroll checks.
I wouldn't be surprised if he comes back after doing the Zora check, the Zora Quakefish check, and possibly going for Graveyard Ledge, King's Tomb as well. And there's the back of Old Man. Never mind.
Yeah.
So Dixon not going through it, not a bad thing.
Probably that intuition thing that I don't have when it comes to grass keys.
One of the things you start to remember is, how many dark entrances I've seen and which ones I've gone through, or do I even need to check them at a certain point? And he could have actually... He might have done some, navigating of the room that we missed earlier, so hard to say.
That's true.
Small key to Ice Palace, and nothing really out of GT besides the powder. That Hera big key also a minor non-factor probably for a while. I can't imagine Dixon chases the Hera big.
It'd be really hard to go all the way back to that area. I mean, I could see him going back to that area after you get the mirror, but other than that, maybe you use the mirror as an excuse to go check that really quick and then go check desert stuff. Oh, just missing out on that blue bottle on Dixon's side.
Well, and we do know where a bow is. Technically, James could collect it with his mirror. He would just have to set up the water walk out of Skull Woods area.
Oh, back of Turtle Rock. Oh, hello, book.
Hopefully remembers, yep, seems to remember that he does have the big key, or at least does have the Samaria in this case, to go backwards all the way to Crystal Roller Room.
Well, 2 keys, that's enough. You can get all the way to the front with that if you really want.
I mean, we know where the front of TR is, so probably not going to chase it.
True, it's a free check.
Dixon finds Acai Tower and he bails.
Well, so far it's paying out for James. And we change our mind. We're going in.
Well, we have 2 checks at least. But the fact that Dixon picked up the ferry tells me he's thinking a full Acai Tower here.
Well, it wouldn't be the worst decision. I mean, if you get flippers, that's logical. Bow. But otherwise, we still are missing a number of potential good big keys. And that.
Oh gosh, James didn't go the rest of the way.
He only checked the first thing, I think. Yeah, that fire rod. Holy moly.
Yeah.
So, sticking out Castle Tower, already paying off for Dixon. James is not far away if he decides to go back, though.
The unfortunate part is that James doesn't really have the incentive with Mitts and Mirror now.
Well, plus, James is about to head south, so we're talking an entire east and west GT clear before finding that fire rod and whatever else is there. So we do have a few maps. If James and or Dixon does a map check, we can get at least a couple of dungeons scouted.
Yeah, I'm not sure if we're going to see any of those, unfortunately. Always kind of a tough call.
And James is not heading towards GT at this point.
No, this is back to the Mire area, I believe, for the desert area stuff.
Yeah, no big key to Hira either, no reason to go back in there. So if the big chest in Hira is something, not great for James. Oh, blue mail. It's not bad. Hey, the sword in Mire's almost in logic. Just a quick reminder, everybody, don't forget to give these 2 runners a follow. Putting on a fantastic show for us. Links are in chat. While you're at it, follow my co-comp, Radical Sniper 99, aka Jesse, and also want to follow Furious Magic and Slowpoke, doing a fantastic job on tracking as well. Thank you all so much.
You can also do the same following Alana.
Like Desert East and Desert West, that's rude.
At least we can do all of desert.
True. If only we knew where the north was.
Yeah, the part we actually care about.
That's another TR small. That's not terrible. But really, you don't need in cross keys any more than 2 unless there's bad connectors. And we already know all the connectors in TR except East, I think. Oh. Well, now Dixon does know that Skull Woods is green pendant. I think it was a crystal at ice, which we already knew, red crystal.
Yeah. The only other maps he had were for the ice and swamp that we already had the knowledge of them being reds.
Yeah. Okay, we're about... Never mind. I was going to say we're going to get a well check, but no, we're not.
Still
Oh,
gonna kill them off here.
interesting. You know, it's a green pendant. Huh. I don't think Saha gave us much for that, was it?
It was the blue mail.
Yeah. Blue Mail's in South... Or not Blue Mail, pardon me. The mirror is in South Dark World. Which Dixon
Cave.
has in Ipe Cave. Yeah, literal vanilla Ipe Cave. Oh, gosh.
Everything about Hera.
And Pod.
Unfortunately, not really much we can do here with only one small key.
Yep, you could go right side. You could play this kind of sketchy and go right side.
Are you suggesting we go right side multiple times, Lana?
Yeah, you could. It's not great. And we
Definitely not one of my favorite ways to attack this dungeon, but I get it.
We don't have a bow either, so you're either using potions or you're mimic clipping.
Well, we're gonna see how James wants to tackle this one.
Now, James does have, I think, 2 blue potions at this point. Yeah, looks like potion glitch it is. Unfortunately, you gotta use a blue potion for it, but it's what it is.
We got the money to buy them if we find Potion Shop later. And we got half magic.
Alright, it's about time to find out if Castle Tower paid off beyond that fire rod.
With the big love, we got a map to Hyrule Castle.
Yeah,
3
so
checks
far,
left.
Not much.
$20, $50, and a heart piece. So definitely not required on the Aga Tower climb, but James does have to go back for that fire rod.
Yeah, so far, Dixon, James has a lot more exploration under his belt, but Dixon has a number of important checks that James just hasn't done. I think James already got a first check out of Castle Tower. I could be wrong, but I think he did and just failed.
He got the first check, so the problem is that second check. And for all we know, it might not matter. Maybe TR's a pendant, we don't need Fire Rod?
Not wrong.
It just locks so much because it also locks that right side of GT.
It does, logically. Plus, it locks that back entrance Skullwoods back vanilla. And I think Dixon accidentally just Houlihan.
Yep.
The accidental Houlihan, rarely seen, much feared.
Now, here's the big question, watching James here. So there is one check he has skipped. He did not do the drop down in the front.
Which is logical.
Right, and he's actually going back for it, I think?
We're also getting a magic bat check from Dixon.
By the way, there's a really easy way to deal with those hard hat beetles in that room on the lower level that you jump down to. Hold your sword up and charge it, and then just jump backwards. You'll knock all of them off, and everybody's happy. It was a vanilla pass ball.
Oh, game. Alright, but do you go right side again to conserve that key or not? You're just using it.
Yeah, when you've only got 2 pod smalls, I really think it's not a bad idea to just spend. You figure if I need to do pod, I'll eventually get the keys to do it.
Oh, and Dixon is making the right call, using that shovel. Being like, crap, I've had that shovel for a good 30 minutes. Like 20 minutes, maybe. I don't know.
I was gonna say, if this is gonna push me to anything, I'd be very tempted to be pushed into Meyer again.
Yeah, Meyer or right side GT's a little tempting for 5 pretty quick checks for Dixon. But if you're James, I think Meyer sounds pretty spicy. Okay, that's Ether. That's medallion percent between the two runners.
And we've got a Fairy Ascension connector.
And the good end of it, too, where it takes 10 seconds to get through the connector. That's great. I gotta go back through the long way. Oh, man.
Well, and I think this is James just saying, I want these DDM checks, or these Mitzlock checks on East Death Mountain.
Well, and you could still go back up Death Mountain, and you've got a mirror and a hammer now, so that hero check east to the light Death Mountain checks through the middle part you haven't gotten yet are pretty good. Yeah, that might be exactly what James is doing. Back up the mountain mirror.
Yep. And we'll find out if that Quake Medallion in Hyrule Castle is going to matter. Because, surprisingly enough, we've got the equipment to actually definitely open TR.
We do.
And here's that other stuff Fire Rod locked. A bottle and small key 2. Oh, that's...
Oh,
Fire Rod is definitely needed, folks.
that is big. We're just missing flippers to actually be able to clear Meyer. I'm sorry, to be able to clear Swamp at this point.
And I don't think we found the dam.
We have not. You're right. Yeah, I still need the dam check. Very likely that James is going to be finding it pretty quick.
Yeah, James is really knocking out all of our entrances. Dixon's finding the items. James is finding the entrances. Between them, they've got a great route here.
Right? If James finds flippers, Comms is in good shape. Comms always wins.
And Dixon's heading back into GT.
Okay, these are 5 checks we have not seen.
Desert Palace is one of our pendants as well.
Ooh, of course, we got the big key for it. Did James do Ether Tablet?
Yes.
Okay.
We get the info that Meyer is a crystal as well, and TR is Bombos. So that Quake Medallion out of Hyrule Castle, not necessary, folks.
Unless you want to go Dead Rock hunting. But you got powder for that anyway, so it's all good.
Well, Dixon has it.
That's true. We did find out that Magic Bat had a compass. Yay!
Yeah, I mean, James has been dodging a lot of bad outcomes, and unfortunately, that Fire Rod is the first one that really is going to hurt.
Yeah, I mean, at this point, Dixon is going to be able to knock out all those checks quickly. The main thing Dixon's missing for a lot of those checks is that the mirror out of Hype Cave. Looks like Dixon setting up a death warp. More dungeon info. Ooh, got a tempered sword. Alright, well, nothing absolutely hard required, but you're not going to turn down a tempered. And there's that TR East.
Yeah, unfortunately, no big key to do anything with it, and there is Ice Palace. We've got all the tools to deal with this one already.
Oh, but Dixon is set up more offensively to do it. Fire Rod, Temper. You're good to go. I just don't know who to give the advantage to at this point. I mean, I'd say if I had to, I'd probably say Dixon by a bit.
Big plus for James right now is the fact that he's just done so much more in terms of, you know, finding the map of this game. But I'm kind of in agreement that the missteps for James, specifically Fire Rod, are really a lot more dangerous than the routing or like the finding entrances that we've seen from Dixon.
I agree.
Like, Dixon's gonna hit those entrances eventually, no worries. When does James go back to Castle Tower for a Fire Rod? Like, I feel like he's gonna have to be tempted into doing the Cack Well play.
And Dixon's about to find that mirror too. I don't think there's much else in the area distracting him. Both mail upgrades now for James, with red mail being in Ice Palace. Okay, well there's a logical sword finally from Meyer. You just had to go to Ice Palace to unlock everything, it's fine.
Yeah.
And answer a question in chat. Castle Tower is located at Thieves Town. Second check Castle Tower, it's your Fire Rod. Castle Tower also unlocks the well, which turned out to be nothing. Alright, so Dixon does pick up that mirror. Suddenly, most of the rest of the game, and the gloves of course, most of the rest of the game does unlock for Dixon. Item-wise, yes, we do know where our bow is. It's on Hylia Island, which we could get anytime we want to. But the problem is that Flippers logically locks that, and you need Flippers. Now, we don't know where the other bow is. Oh, hi, big key to Swamp Palace, which technically probably don't need, but hi. And we also need... We need some big keys here. So James is about to give us the rest of our information as far as dungeons go. Ice Palace is either going to be a crystal or our final pendant. And by...
You knew that ice was a crystal.
That's right.
And it looks like James did find out that Thieves is our last pendant?
Yeah, I think Thieves is the last pendant here because we got the info from Desert a little bit ago. That was a pendant. Or do we know Pod?
I think what we know, Desert is a pendant, and I think with Skullwoods being green, yeah, if we do have the map info for Thieves, we know then everything else. And James just bringing out the cape. Love it.
Pod 3. Our hour and 18-minute East Arc Death Mountain checks. How's it going, Eastern? How you doing?
And we're gonna go in.
Well, no bow, we know where that is, but it could have your flippers or the second bow, and, you know, the Eastern Bake, you know. And meanwhile, Acai's gonna get found the back of Desert and is gonna get the bad news about that. That's our third shield. That's extra evil. Very good fight from Dixon for that desert boss there, Landmo, and gets rewarded with a second pendant.
We're getting some new entrances here from Dixon still. Not always a favorite area, but see if we can find anything.
I so much prefer to find this early-ish in the game and with a mirror, and then you can get light and dark world done at the same time. But sometimes you just gotta take what you can get. Okay, Eastern pretty empty. Picanha doesn't even try to do the chicken clit. Oh. Okay. Well, suddenly if you're James, you know where that bow is. You can go get that and add a logic beat pod if you feel like it. And we finally get a runner going back into Meyer. Temper, 11 hearts. Got your cape, it's fine.
Gotta wonder if part of the issue for this not returning to Meyer for James has to do with him forgetting that he doesn't have the, or that he has a big key. Because he skipped the big chest.
He did. He might have mismarked that. In and out of desert. See you, desert. We already looked at that. That's fine. Oh, there's that expected swamp. Little dam drain there, but the issue is that James doesn't have the small key that Dixon does. Okay, I'm looking at the tracker for James. There is a big key on that, so could have just forgotten it himself, but it's on the tracker. Okay, looks like James is going back in for that big chest. Oh no, we already did big chest. That's right.
Yeah, I think the reason we're at 4 is I think we scouted the torch.
And the boss as well is available, so yeah, that makes sense. Okay, Sea of Interest. Sorry.
Oh, we're already back in pod for James here.
Still not beatable, though. Did not go get that bow. I wonder if he forgot that it's on there. Was that a small key? Or is that... Oh my gosh. 2 vanilla pod smalls.
Really curious where these flippers are at this point. Like, the flippers really lock a lot in terms of our next step.
Smith chain, maybe? Hammer pegs?
Yeah. Good choices.
Or maybe Bombos tablet. I don't think we've seen that, have we?
Probably not, because I think we got the book after we got the mirror. Dave's going to take another shot at that hammer yump for his last check here in pod. And, oh wait, we just found a bow in pod. Great. So we can be pod, and for all we know, so logically, like, maybe it's logical silvers on Lake Hylia. We're still, of course, 1 key away from that being in logic, but not a bad find overall. When you got a 5-key pod, you'll take it. Dixon gonna hit these Mirror and King's Tomb checks real quick. As James enters his Helmasaur fight. This will be James's 3rd crystal. And 4th dungeon overall to tie up the dungeon counts. And here we go. What prize is on Helmasaur? A small key to Thieves. Okay. We still don't have the big key to Thieves Town, so not a whole lot there, but interesting. I thought we might have seen... Yeah, Dixon's going for a kern jump here, it looks like. Thought that was pretty good, well set up. Maybe just a little too high.
So choosing not to water rock to get the bow, huh?
Yeah, apparently we just need to find the bow in the pod big chest. Makes perfect sense.
Oh lordy. I go for 2.5 minutes and oh gosh.
Yeah. Yeah, I think Dixon was just a little too high for that kern jump. Yeah, our options for the flippers are starting to run a little lower. We're still one pod small. Ooh, James is saying no. I'll pass on desert. I don't know. I would have beaten it there, even knowing it's a pendant.
I think at this point you almost have to.
Nice splash deletion there from Dixon.
Yeah, solid.
And this is the return to Meyer. Okay. I was wondering when James was going to come back for this, and here he is.
I wonder if he remembers if he skipped the big chest.
I mean, that 6 is kind of obvious.
And apparently he remembered.
Maybe a little bit of a sigh of relief going, okay, I didn't miss anything by having skipped that by accident earlier.
So was Pod the crystal?
Yes.
Okay.
Desert and Thieves are our pendants.
Oh, got you. That's right. You had mentioned that a few minutes ago. Are we the flippers from No Mode?
Item-wise, yes, and we're
Eastern
still
Bay.
missing a couple of NTR.
Right, Eastern and okay.
And wow, Dixon really playing out of logic here, heading over to the Dark Shopping Mall.
Didn't get that bow though. hence why it's called the shopping mall. Oh, hello.
Ooh, nice hookshot cave.
Well, if the other side is in logic somewhere, then flippers could be here. Or maybe a big key that we need.
Yeah, I'm trying to think of what entrances we haven't seen yet to make this in logic from the other side. But here we go. A map to swamp. 20 bucks. Piece of heart. And yeah. Heart container. So yeah, like, I wouldn't be shocked if this exits at like GT or Pyramid. Or the back of Skull, okay.
Alright, so that was technically in logic. I think we're gonna get a pet check. I mean, we're still missing a TR big and a TR. I'm sorry, a TR big, Thieves Town big, or Thieves Town big and small to make it in logic, but whatever. Oh my gosh!
We got a ped seed here, folks. You gotta find a Thieves Town big key. Those are flippers.
Oh my gosh, that is slight advantage for Dixon because one, you got 2 penance cleared, and 2, you know about pet.
Yeah, James with the dungeon clear lead at 5 total dungeons to Dixon's 4, but Dixon has the info, knows about the fire rod, now knows that it's a ped seed.
Just gotta find those. Now we're looking for a Thieves Town big, TR big.
Speaking of a Thieves Town big,
Wait,
there
what
it
did
is.
Wait, was it the drain?
Yeah, that was our flooded item.
Oh my gosh. Oh, James doesn't know it, but that is 100% required. And this is very good for Dixon. I think we're heading towards that dam.
And what we can say is that, you know, James has the ability now to go get flippers. Just has no idea that it's the case.
Well, still doesn't even have that fire rod from Castle Tower, but is heading towards it.
I'm more inclined to believe this is going to be eventually Smith Chain. Besides the fact that we're actually getting a K45 check as well.
Oh, there's Magic Shop.
On the plus side, James having the big key and small key to Thieves Town, you know, can do all of it.
Well, he's got knowledge where it is, already done the front 4. Both runners do, but how quickly do you get up there? Alright, there's... For Dixon, doesn't know yet, but that's their key to pedestal.
Yeah, at this point, knowledge-wise, as a commentary viewer perspective, we are just missing knowledge of 2 big keys, TR and Eastern. And realistically, I gotta believe they're gonna show up in Swamp Palace.
I can't disagree with that. I mean, you could very well get one of them in the back of Thieves Town somewhere, but you do Thieves Town, you get flippers, suddenly you have all of Swamp available to you, so you're probably right. I I think James is unfortunately on a timer at this point, missing a couple of key pieces to the seed that Dixon is quickly putting together. And like you predicted, oh no, we're turning around. Maybe we're thinking Castle Tower.
We're thinking something. I'm not sure what yet. Thieves? Oh, the rest of Hyrule Castle.
Oh, right, we saw this from Dixon pretty early. Frog's like, I'm free! And James says, nah, change my mind.
Hey, don't worry. Maybe I'll come back for you later.
Exactly. James could have taken the frog to Hyrule Castle. Little tour. It's fine.
Yeah, the one worry for Dixon here is just the fact of having enough keys per pod.
Well, with 3, I think if you're careful, you get what you need. You go to the back, you've got 1 key left.
Yeah.
You hammer you up, you're like, oh, I got a bow. We are not checking thieves. We're not checking the big key chest. We are not checking the harmless Acai. I think but the thing is that there are 2 vanilla keys in pot, so you're going to get 4 no matter what. So I think you're going in there at the very most, you're missing 1 check.
Yeah.
And if they route like other people that I see do, probably doing a harmless Acai, leaving the big key chest, which just has a vanilla small.
And there's the Ice Palace find for Dixon.
Well, gonna get a mail upgrade here. At the very least, gonna get the mail upgrade.
James having a little bit of a time with the hammer dashes tonight. Does get him though. Gonna check out hammer pegs. And it's checkerboard.
Just a little bit of love.
And yeah, we've got plenty of, I was going to say, we could have set up for the hook speed to get out of here. Or the spin speed.
Yeah, surprised he didn't. French vanilla blue mail for Dixon.
And this is kind of a moment of truth in many respects for James. He needs to go into Thieves Town here for the castle tower at Thieves to get that fire rod. And as soon as I say it, it looks like he's heading in.
Okay, this is good. Good for James. I don't know at this point if he's low enough on checks that he's just going to beat it. But he'll be okay if he just gets that fire rod and leaves. Gonna kind of be a little bit upset with himself though here. Unfortunately, he got that first check and was like, I'm gone, even though he had both small keys. Probably thinking, I'm gonna be right back after I check a couple more entrances, and just never came back. And also does not have knowledge of GT. Alright, so I'm gonna go ahead and beat the rest of Castle Tower. Understandable, there is the well behind it.
Yeah, I mean, there's a chance we get an all dungeons here.
And frankly, this could be good as well for James because probably going to find that GT entrance on the way up to getting the well. At least if you're going to get it, it's going to be now. Well, I guess, no, you're going to get teleported to the top of pyramids, not necessarily.
Yeah, it's a bit of a runaround for curiosity.
This is way too close to call, though. I guess the advantage that James has at this point is you could climb GT if you really want, but how quickly do you prioritize pedestal or just checking it, let alone the pendants?
Yeah. One of the concerns I'd have for Dixon at this point is like he could have to still double dip pod if he does not get that big key before entering.
That's right. Where was that big key again?
I am drawing a blank in my mind tonight.
Chat, you got our back. Where's that pod big key?
Oh, right here.
Thanks, chat. Always got our back. We
Yeah.
love you. Appreciate it. Well, Dixon does have 4 pod smalls. The other 2 are available there, so that is an extremely logical bow. This is not the pod play from Dixon, though.
Possibly Smith?
Very surprising. You know where the flippers are. You don't have the Thieves Big yet, but... oh gosh, if you just go... oh, this is good. Well, where's the Smiths? I forget where they are.
Kakariko was, I want to say it was one of the North Kakariko entrances or something like that.
Okay. Well, this is good for Dixon either way. Because if you remember that you got the well drain, then... or the dam drain, pardon me, you're gonna be able to mirror when you're doing purple chest and get that. Or just run right to the right from purple chest itself. It looks like Dixon's got those hammer dashes down. Sorry, I jinxed you. I apologize. Everything but the final row when I said something.
Oh, and I like this route from James. He's going to be able to do Cackwell and the Smith back to back.
And find GT if you're good with your routing.
Did GT have anything?
It's been so long.
It had powder.
That's right, which had nothing.
Yeah. Oh, and that Harabig key.
Right, which we don't know what it is, and he's finding it anyway. Welcome to GT!
No, Swamp Small was on right side of TR.
Well, now GT is on James's mind as possible progression. Which is not great. Is Dixon gonna sequence break that bow for pod? Are you gonna go pod before turning purple chest in? Oh gosh.
Love to see it.
Kind of, except you're gonna... I mean, you're gonna be able to clear it, I guess, but... You're not gonna get your Thieves' big key this way, unfortunately. Okay, he's going... Nope, nope, that Thieves' 10 big key's gonna stay in. And meanwhile, James is about to pull clear GT.
Yeah, he's got the keys for it. He's got all the stuff to want to make this play, so...
Well,
Which could be important, because, like, if he gets any of our missing big keys...
Exactly, could be something.
Yeah. I mean, if it causes him to not have to full clear Swamp Palace, could be a good thing.
Well, and I don't think Dixon's gonna get the pod this way.
And we've got our first Mirror Shield.
Rude.
Okay, so Dixon cleaning up some of these entrances in the Desert Mire area.
Oh, hello!
Wow, I completely forgot that James hadn't done this check.
And
there's
it's
our...
a...
Oh,
Oh,
wow.
wow. But Dixon still does need to get that. Okay, that could throw him further off checking the dam drain.
The first time our runners were there, no, but James has been back to this area, if I'm not mistaken, and just hadn't checked it. And Dixon's going for the Hera checks.
Oh, okay, well, not much there.
Doesn't have the Hera small key though, so not checking that out.
Which we know at this point is most likely a very good thing. Likely, unless it has the Eastern Big.
And there's red mail for Dixon.
Now, what James really needs to do after this point is to go check the back of Skull Mirror and check that pad.
Yeah.
I'm struggling to think what else he could do other than maybe go get that big key from the library, which he doesn't know about.
Yeah, this is kind of the hard part about cross keys always is, you know, remembering how to route in certain things or that you're in the vicinity of something like that. Do we see a GT climb? Yes, we do.
Yes, we do. As Acai continues to avoid that big key to Thieves' Town. Oh gosh. But really, Akai's running out of things to do. Still needs to go to Pod. Not going to find a whole lot there besides the silvers.
Well, I'm surprised that's not a priority for James or for Dixon is finding Pod. Like, or I gotta believe that's going to be his priority instead of checking the dam.
That's right. He hasn't even found it yet, has he?
No.
Solid Trinex fight going on from Dixon. No jinx intended. Okay, first to take down Trinex. What do we got? Not the Eastern Big. At this point, everything is either junk or not the Eastern Big.
Yep.
As
There's
James,
not a single small key we want.
exactly. As James has Butter climbing GT. Oh, as Dixon had perfect opportunity to walk just to the left.
A chance to go south there too. Oh man.
Oh gosh. Dixon has a chance to run away with this and just continues avoiding that little the dam area.
Yeah, and if anybody's forgotten or doesn't know what's on the line tonight, Dixon and Team Acai is down 2-0 right now. They are Dixon is playing for his team's playoff lives here.
I mean, that's the most dense of checks right now, right? You get your flippers, you go to Swamp, like you said, what, 40 minutes ago?
Yeah, the only problem is that for Dixon, like, without that Thieves Big, not even an opportunity either. It's interesting, like, James is saying no to pendants, whereas Dixon is saying, I want pendants, and just can't do them.
And James has the ability to do them all, but just doesn't want to. Oh gosh.
Oof. There's a frame rule.
Rolled armed with red mail and butter. Feels bad. Okay, is this the purple chest from Dixon? Is this going to be... Oh, trolled armed again. Is this going to be the damn check?
Just surprised that that would be the priority here for Dixon. Like, why are we not rushing trying to find Pod here?
Hard to say. I mean, you could be assuming Flipper's maybe locking it at this point.
But I think he's checked all the water entrances.
That's true, actually. Ice Palace. Okay, you're right. Okay, so we know this is not going to be an immediate dam check because you lose your purple chest. If Dixon does not check the dam at this point, like, that's a reminder right there, you're drained. If we do not check it at this point, I don't see when he does. Good, likely triple on Aga from James. Oh my god!
Is Eastern Big.
Now,
Swamp is not required.
If he goes to the right, he is going to be in go mode. That is go mode.
Or at least no mode.
For him, yeah. I mean, technically you gotta go pulpit, but no mode, that's right. He's gotta find Pod first. And his brain doesn't know what to do. Okay, so you're in Pod entrance mode. You know where your flippers are. You know where Swamp is. You know where Eastern is. You know where Thieves Town is. And we know that beating GT is not the answer right now.
You know, out of all the items James could have gotten, that's not a terrible one. It might send him back to get that library item.
It'd be worse. It is an instant desert backcheck. And also knows that you beat Naga, so you can't... Okay. Why aren't you running from there? Oh, you could start in Kakariko, right? Okay, so now we know James needs to do purple chest. Needs to go to the front of desert for the library. Needs to check pad. And then he's good to go.
Yeah.
Technically, if Dixon knows knows what's going on, then you're gonna go mode Thieves Town. Okay, that is not purple chest nor desert front entrance. So pretty much the only advantage James has at this point is pod knowledge. I don't see Dixon getting silvers at this point. You find pod, you're good.
Yeah, I think the only issue for Dixon finding pod, I think it was on DDM Bridge.
It is. I forget how to even get there at this point. I think it's on, I want to say Dark Death Mountain TR West, I want to say.
Well, that's my point, is that he has to get onto the bridge, so it's a connector to the pod.
Right, I'm just
That's the hardest part for it. Head back to the potion shop now for James. Unfortunately, we know that we're going to be drawing nothing here on this check.
Okay, I looked at the VOD. So Dixon needs to go Desert West. So literally, you go in the desert, you go the west exit, and that is your dark. That's what you're looking for.
Ooh, that's a tough one for him to get back to. But that is all 3 pendants for Dixon, as James is going to get his TR Big Key.
Gonna get kind of bad. That's more to do before you check Ped.
And here's the thing, like, if James goes and beats Trinex now, he'll get his Swamp Small after returning to the front. Realistically. It's still just a question of what's going to put James on the path. Of course, he still also needs Purple Chest. But here we go, Ped check from Dixon. And there you go.
Alright, well now he just needs to go to Desert East entrance at Desert West to go to Desert East, exit that, and there you go.
Actually, I just realized there's something very good for Dixon here.
What's that?
On finding this this DDM bridge. Swamps at Mire.
Oh,
So if there's something to put him in the vicinity of that connector to the DDM bridge, it is Mire. Or it is Swamp Palace.
well, if he's gonna find it, it's gonna be right at that point, right? I mean, you're gonna be in that area. You've already done Hera, but if you're gonna find it, you're gonna do it then. But is that in the back of your mind? Do you know that you have not checked Desert West?
Yeah, that's the hard part. I'm making it sound so easy, like there is an out for him. It's just a, will he do it?
Exactly.
But this'll give James his Swamp Small key. So he'll be go -2. Oh, and Dixon's going for the Eastern play here.
It's required. You got your big key. Just know that you can go mode at this point.
Yep, and he is well aware of that fact.
Okay, there's an important piece of the puzzle for James. But still missing 2 critical pieces. That ped check and that library. No, wait, purple chest.
Yeah, purple chest and ped.
And neither of these are that.
I'm not sure what James is doing here.
Did we full clear pod?
Yeah.
Wait, this isn't the way to pod. Never mind. Okay, it's another crystal for Dixon. Probably heading towards Swamp at this point. Does need to go to Desert
okay.
West.
No, there's no way Dixon gets silvers. I would say neither runner's getting silvers tonight.
I guess James must not have found that exit earlier. Okay. Part 1 for Dixon. Gonna get Swamp done, but are you gonna take that desert exit?
And yeah, Dixon has a huge lead here, in a sense, or time to play with.
Oh, there we go.
So,
James is doing what he needs to do.
Yeah, this will give him Hookshot Cave. He just needs to mirror for Ped, and that'll tell him a lot. The problem is that what James will also find out is, you know, hey, I know where Swamp is. I know where my flippers are. I still don't know where my Eastern Big is. I'm probably going to full clear Swamp looking for Eastern Big.
Oh gosh, that is a good point. But Swamp is a mirror away from Desert Front, and if his tracker's correct, it'll be a quick check.
The problem is that Eastern Big's on purple chest.
That's right. He already got that check through Desert Front. Oh gosh, I just remembered about that big piece. Yeah, that'll put him off purple chest quite a while. Oh gosh. That could quite literally be last location.
Yeah. And that's the big issue here for James is I don't see a good route for him to hit to find these things given the clock that Dixon's put him on. Realistically, Dixon's got just pot after this.
Yep, and that's just a mirror and a connector away. So if Dixon's aware of the desert connector that he has not checked, and that pot is likely in the area that it is in, then you're in good shape. And this is an area that Dixon sequence broke an hour ago.
But it does look like James is heading back. So we might get the ped check. But yeah, I mean, at this point, James has 2 pendants to beat. Desert's quick, but Thieves is quite long, unfortunately. And that's going to be a full clear Thieves.
And I'm pretty sure Dixon has checked just about all the overworld stuff at this point, so if he's watching his connectors, Desert should be immediately after this. And there's the news for James. If you're a James fan, you do not want Dixon to mirror and check Desert. And if you're a Dixon fan, you do not want James to ever do purple chest.
Thing is, I feel like Dixon's got so few entrances left to check here. Like, there's no way he doesn't do this.
I agree. His entrances came so much later than James. James rushed the entrances, found a lot of info, but Dixon chose the right places to go to, and it looks like he's continuing to do so with the desert play here. So Dixon is probably about 45 seconds from go mode at this point, or less.
Yeah. Yeah, ironically, you have to go in left desert to go out left desert to get to the bridge.
Right? Alright, not gonna find much here, but second he checks that west entrance, you're good to go. And skipping the silvers.
Yeah, no way Dixon finds silvers with this fight, this loadout.
Go mode for Dixon at 2:14:43. Unfortunately, James just took a little bit too long to get to that fire rod, which put him on the path.
Yeah, Dixon making a couple of checks saying silvers could be in the way. Unfortunately, they sort of are, but they're in a part of this dungeon he's not exploring.
Right? You can come get us, but it's not worth it.
And yeah, there's not really a good situation here for James. He has 2 dungeons still to... He's got 1 more pendant to clear, but then he still has to do purple chest. Like, here comes the Thieves Town play, so he'll get his last pendant, but realistically, his next step after this would be a full clear of Swamp Palace.
Yeah. And Dixon will be finishing this, and all he's got to do is go to Sanctuary, and that is where Ganon is. Yeah, that's pretty much what it comes down to, is James deciding to leave Castle Tower after check 1. Didn't have the fire rod. Probably would have cleared TR a lot sooner, would have gotten that swamp small. It's hard to...
There's so many things he would have done different. Like, I think he finds Hookshot Cave sooner.
Probably. I mean, there's so many things that could have thrown him off, too. I mean, like, Purple Chest, it could be hard to route. You've got no bad excuse right now to do it, though. You got a flute, so...
I think the way I would describe kind of what led to this result for this race, by the looks of it, is almost just death by 1,000 cuts for James. Like, no one mistake is really the culprit here. It's just been little things all over the place that, you know, we pointed out, like missing the mirror to the library when he had it in the Mire area, missing the second check in Castle Tower. Like, these little things that don't mean much, but over the course of a race, each one of them becomes a problem.
Just adds up. And of course, James will be full clearing Thieves Town right now, followed by a full clear Swamp Palace after pulling Pad. Most likely just Purple Chest last location, like we said.
Yep.
Oh, you liar, Ganon. Dixon didn't even fight Aga more than once. Aga 2's still alive. You can climb the mountain. Climb GTs up there, I promise.
Meanwhile, James entering his blind fight.
Dixon getting towards that last phase of Ganon.
Dixon gets the news of where his silvers would have been. James gets a big key that probably does not make him all that pleased.
Well,
he's like, it's the big key. It's the wrong big key.
He's got to go pulpit anyway, so Alright, that about does it. Dixon does get that last swing on Ganon. Everybody, you know the drill. Get your GGs in chat. And if you'd like, Jesse, why don't you go read off that time if you'd like?
Yep. Dixon finishing first overall with a 2:19.47. And the big news there is we have game 4 now for this series between Acai and Pasta Picanha. Unsurprisingly, soon after that dot done, James has decided to forfeit from the race. Understandable. He's got a ways to go, so deciding to end it there. So GG's as well to James. I did look over the race time chat a little bit. Both runners were discussing some of the items. We are joined now by James. GG.
GG's, James. If you can hear us, we cannot hear you, James.
How about now?
There you are.
You. Okay. Oh, just one too many skips.
That's pretty much what we were saying. It was kind of a death by 1,000 cuts more than any one mistake. So.
Yeah, when I found Castle Tower, I'd just gotten Dark World access and had the entire world in front of me. I didn't want to spend a bunch of time climbing, and I felt like if I was going to go to the second chest, I was kind of compelled to climb because Well was behind it. So I just got the first chest and ran, and that one ended up really hurting me.
And we are now also joined by Dixon. GG.
GG's, Dixon.
Yep, GG's, James.
GG's.
Yeah, we were just talking about this. It seemed like a lot of the race kind of hinged on this Aga Tower decision. James bailing after chest 1. Dixon going right in for the full clear first time. You want to talk about your end on that one, Dixon?
Yeah, it was just the early 2 Castle Tower keys, and then also, Cackwell behind it, so I was like, sure, why not? And then the Fire Rod was nice, but then there was nothing in the well, so that was kind of disappointing.
You got to think your opponent's probably doing the same at that point. So you're like, if I'm running this, I'm probably thinking my opponent's probably not skipping. James did, but elected to get that first check and then kind of abandon after that, which was a little bit surprising to us. But after that, your routing was slow and steady. James just like tons of overworld check, lots of information found. And Dixon ended up, you just got that Fire Rod and you just kind of kept digging the places you kept finding.
Yeah, I mean, getting to go mode 3 dungeons for Dixon. Whew. Very nice.
Yeah, that was like really fortunate. I was a little bit not nervous, but like I was just hinging on, desert, I think west entrance, hoping that I get to like the last connectors in Dark World and then maybe have to do Pyramid Fairy for pod, but then kind of just worked out magically at the end, especially with purple chests having a BK, and then also next door next to a drain dam also having the other last big key that I needed. So
Jesse and I were kind of discussing that for a while. We're like, he's gonna go check the damn drain. No. Okay, now he's gonna. No. Okay, I think he's saving when he's going to check that. No, it's not mouse. It's almost like every time you got to the area with the dam drain, you just had another direction to go. It was kind of funny for a while.
So, in some ways, of course, the big question is, I know it's early, but below game 4 now for this series.
Yeah, I don't know like what's gonna happen. I'm just hoping my teammate Tony can maybe pull one out, but I'm just gonna try to practice some veterans and then just see where it goes. If we happen to get a push for a game 5, that's great. If not, it's also not that bad. It was a pretty good season so far.
Yeah, and we'll see what Tony chooses and go from there.
Well, any other thoughts from you two before we wrap it up for the evening?
Not from me. I think everyone wants to get to bed, get ready for the holiday this weekend. Thanks again for the restream. And yeah.
Yeah, likewise. GG's again, and happy holidays.
GG's.
Well, thank you both for joining us for a great race tonight. We greatly appreciate it, and happy holidays to everybody as well. Getting some links in chat. Everybody, don't forget to follow James and Dixon. And while you're at it, follow my co-con, Radical Sniper 99, aka Jesse, Furious Magic, and Slowpoke as well. Links are in chat.
Yeah, I will let everybody know that for tomorrow, we do have 2 races on the schedule. We actually have an invitational game 5 tomorrow, the last race of round 1 for the invitational league. Tile Roomies and Last Locationeers. We've got our RD Walsh and Kappa versus Zen Arcane and Scottish Brave in co-op veterans. That'll be at 2:10 p.m. Eastern Time. Do not miss this race. Co-op veterans is just such a cool mode to play, and both teams really looking to get out of this round and into the next. It really kind of sets up the rest of the bracket. In the Open League, we do have an earlier match on the schedule. Blue Trinex Group and Spoiler Luck will be playing at 10:10 a.m. That is Ascend versus Ticnaldo. And that is a Kaz boot. So yeah, 10:10, and as I said, for that other invitational race. So 2 races on the schedule for your Christmas Eve entertainment, if you are interested. Lana, it has been a pleasure to come with you tonight, though.
Likewise, pleasure to commentate with you as always. And thank you to both of our trackers as well. Slowpoke and Fierce Magic both did a fantastic job. Greatly appreciated. Cross keys is not easy to track.
That's why it's always better with 2 trackers.
Agreed. Even though there are some people that can do it by themselves, and I'm like, oh my gosh, that's so amazing. But yeah, thank you everybody for joining us tonight. Everybody have a great night. Happy holidays to everybody that celebrates. And gosh, Jesse, you go ahead and close it out, my friend. Thank you so much.
Not much else to say, but good night, everybody. Have a good one, and if you're looking, there will be some entertainment across SpeedGaming this weekend. So until then, have a great evening, and goodbye, everybody.